So hello baseball fans and anyone else who may be watching. I have purchased a pack of baseball cards from Rite Aid for $4.99, and you can get a shot of this. It's 100 baseball card packs with 3 vintage cards inside. And it says on the back there, this package is guaranteed to contain 100 baseball cards, including 3 vintage cards from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. 1 in 8 packages include an authentic memorabilia card. Memorabilia cards may include game-used cards, event-used cards, autograph, or relic cards. Products in this package have been purchased directly from the manufacturer or been purchased from the secondary market and repackaged for retail sales by the Fairfield Company. So who knows what that is, but it looks like it's a generic pack here. I'm going to go ahead and bust it open here and see what we got. A little tough to open, but here we go. Okay. First one is this is interesting, a Shining Star Mark Grace card. Let's see if we can get that in there. Camera's a little unforgiving here, but hopefully this will come out. It's a Bazooka card, Mark Grace. It looks like to be a rookie card, so it's not too bad. Mark Grace had a pretty good career. We have an Eddie Murray, Hall of Famer, Eddie Murray, and this is a Captain Crunch baseball card. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that's good. So that's another good one. 2003 Chicago Cubs team leaders, and you've got Sammy Sosa up there, leading in batting, obviously, and Mark Pryor and Kerry Wood in strikeouts. Mark Pryor looks like this is a 2006 Topps. Jim Unroe. I have to admit I've never heard of him, but he played for the Milwaukee Brewers in 1998. This is a nice looking Bernie Williams card by, looks like, Aurora. I do not know much about Aurora, but this is from 1998. Joe Carter, famous for the 1993 World Series where he hit a game-winning home run. Oil Can Boyd from the 1986 Red Sox team. This is actually a 1986 card. Donruss. Larry Anderson, who I believe is announcing for the Phillies. Gerald Perry played for the Braves in the 80s. John Smoltz, future Hall of Famer. Atlanta Braves, this is 1991. Wow. Donruss Leaf, I believe this is the card. Pete Smith of the Atlanta Braves. Mike Moore, Oakland Athletics, Donruss 91. Or this is 1990 actually. Gary Ward, same Donruss set. Craig Biggio, future Hall of Famer from the Houston Astros. Long Island native, I believe he's from Smithtown, Kings Park maybe. And this is from 1994 or 93. Manager card, we've got Tony La Russa, who is he wasn't inducted, he was he was inducted, elected by the Veterans Committee this year. And Roger Craig, who was on the '62 Mets. Melito Perez, whose brother is the late Pascual Perez. Dave Hansen, Dodgers. Paul Runge, it's an '89 Topps. Billy Hatcher of the Cincinnati Reds. He famously played against the Mets in the '86 NLCS. Pete Stanacek. I admittedly don't know much about him. Matty Noakes. This is an 88 Flair. Played for the Yankees, if I'm not correct. Chris James. Scott Sanderson from the Yankees. Don't remember him as a Yankee. I remember him as a Montreal Expo. Andre David, a man with two first names. Paul Sorrento. You've got the Smalley family there, father-son, Roy Smalley and Roy Smalley Jr. Eric Harros, Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers, and he's now an announcer for the MLB Network, or it could be Fox. I don't remember which one, but he is an announcer. Famous Yankee bust, Ed Woodson. This is when he was with the Padres. Record setters, and this is a El Presidente, Dennis Martinez. This is chronicling his perfect game in 1991. Scott Radinsky. David Segui, briefly a New York Met. His father was also a ball player. Dave Gallagher, who was also briefly a Met. Don't know anything about his father, though. Terry Harper, a Brave in the 1980s. Tony Bernard, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He was a decent second baseman in the 80s, and he worked in Mets front office for a little bit. Another Melito Perez. Bob Ojeda, an 86 Mets, and current announcer for the SNY network. Tom Hankey. He was a, let's get a better shot of that. He's a reliever for the Jays in their, actually, yeah, during their glory days of 92, 93. As Chris Berman would say, it's Von Purple Haze. Rick Waits. Kent Merker of the Atlanta Braves. Jim Slayton. Don't know anything about that. Ernie Riles. Another, I don't know. Mike Witt, who I know pitched a perfect game, but don't know much else about him. That's an 81 Fleer. Wow. Jose Offerman. He played for the Dodgers. I think he briefly played for the Mets too. Gary Varsho. Joe Girardi, current manager of the New York Yankees when he played for the Cubs early in his career. Mike the Hitman Easler. He wanted to be the Hitman because he didn't want to be called Easy Easler, so they call him the Hitman. Pedro Guerrero, who's decent outfielder for the Dodgers and later the Cardinals. He and I share a birthday, June 29th. A little factoid. Alfonso Soriano on his first tour with the Yankees. Of course, he was famously traded for A-Rod, and now they're both teammates. Alright, that's 50 cards, and here come the next 50. Wow, these are the early 80s cards here. We've got Rick Sutcliffe,